I know it's their responsibility to cut, right? But, you know, if it's an older adult or someone who's disabled to, and I'm not saying it's our job to do that, but do we ever have people call and say, I mean, it's still their responsibility to cut.
If that situation happens, it hasn't reached me,
Okay.
so, but, yeah, I would give them some leniency if that was the current situation.
Yeah.
But, you know, the reason why there's an increase is because, you know, we would prefer not to cut it.
I agree.
We have enough to do, but
Right.
the increase basically increases because it's more of a deterrent.
Do they get more than one notice, or is it just one?
Yeah, they get first notice and they get a second notice, but, you know, once they become on the cut list, you know, almost similar to like a habitual offender.
Yeah.
It just becomes this point where we don't chase them, they just pay the bill, we go cut. But like I said, we prefer not to.
I
Sure,
would
they
agree
are,
with that.
their door is tagged originally before they even started getting the letters.
There was just one address, I think, they had like 6 or 7.
Oh, yeah, they could be.
Yeah, that adds a lot of money, and I'm just worried if they are someone who, again, it's their responsibility, but if they could be connected with some sort of service that would help, that's my, some people just are, are lazy and don't cut the grass, and then there's people who maybe have a barrier to doing that, and I don't want to see somebody get forced out of their home because of fees on their taxes.
A lot of them that are, you know, continual are, you know, that's what they are, as a landlord that owns several houses, it's a common place, to be honest with you.
Thank you.
Chairman,
Councilman.
would you say that most of those are vacant or they're
No, it'll be homes that are, I mean, that somebody owns, most of the time, you know, they could be vacant or they could be occupied, just, you know, if the landlord owns the home and a renter doesn't choose to cut their grass, that's between the two of them, you know, we don't differentiate between the two, but.
thank you.
And Councilman Witten, I believe we talked about this last year. We've got some businesses that pretty much utilize our service. I think about the location of the old Pat Library. You know, I don't know if they finally started to mow their own lawn, but you know, it's actually a cost savings even at $80 from the math I've just done. Because because with a normal service, say it's $50, any normal service would charge you 30 months, 30 weeks in a row, so $1,500. What these folks are doing, right, is they're only getting mowed once a month, so even if we came out 10 times at $80 with the $250 service fee, that's $1,050. And for 3 weeks out of the month, nobody's mowing that. So I understand, I don't view the $80 as being unfair when a normal mow is probably 50, and there's some folks, right?
40, 50,
But,
I
I mean,
don't know,
it's-
normal on it.
It's also impactful to the neighbors.
I agree.
Yeah.
But I think they're cutting more often than once a month.
But certainly, I mean, if there's a hardship case, you know, if there's a hardship case, then certainly, you know, we can, from time to time, we've waived things, so, you know, if it is a severe health case or something like that, I know at various times the department has brought things back forward to waive the fees once that's been determined.
Through the chair, we've directed people and, you know, like, you may want to talk to this group that can help you in that situation and stuff. Unfortunately, like Mr. Richards said, a lot of times it's landlords that are just, you know, and that's one of the reasons we, you know, I think what the chairman was saying, we're looking at basically declaring on whether it's a residential, and so we might have different lines for different ways of charging addresses based on the size of their property and what they do there.
Any further discussion on item 7.1? Hearing none, all those in favor say yes.
Yes.
All those opposed say no. Yes, it's have it, motion carried. Item 7.2 is motion to approve 2024 summer special assessment roll for the collection of false alarms accounts receivable charges in an amount not to exceed $43,200 per the attached documents.
Motion. Support.
Motion by Councilwoman Rose, supported by Councilwoman Daniels. Is there any discussion?
Sure.
Councilwoman.
I don't know if support is my deal, I think you handle that as far as the, my question is, when I was looking no,
All the letters sending, they'll send the first letter, second letter, and then any of the places after that.
they get 2 freebies?
Yes,
Okay,
2 a year. That restarts after the first year.
all right.
Through the chair, there's an appeal process too.
Okay.
Because I can tell you that there's been some disputes of people going up and just knocking on doors
Yeah.
in that area, setting alarms off. that
There was
people are
just,
getting-
yeah, all of the high ones, 4,000 above, were all on Eureka Road, so I didn't know if there was any.
And I haven't gotten to
Yes.
see the
Yeah.
locals,
Yes.
but I'm part of the committee for this.
Yeah. Understandable, thank you.
Any other questions? Hearing none, all those in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no. Yes, the Senate motion carried. Item 7.3 is a motion to approve Western Wayne County Fire Department Mutual Aid Association for annual dues in an amount not to exceed $23,539 funded for general fund fire department contractual services.
Motion. Support.
By Councilwoman Grandin, supported by Councilwoman Witten. Is there any discussion?
Chairman, Chief Corner, I know in the letter it talked about us needing 2 members on a tech rescue team, so I guess my question is, I know we have to pay an amount for that, do we have that fixed moving forward?
Through the chair, yes, ma'am. I don't want to sound like a broken record on some of these things about staffing. We're trying to do the best we can. We're part of 2 mutual aid groups. We're putting 2 members on each of the hazmat teams. Last year, we had some of the newer members that left us, so you have to make 10 trainings out of the month, only 2 excuse absence. We missed a few of those, but going forward, to answer your question, I got a couple senior members that have been here a while, are going to be here on the teams now, so should be good.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no. The yes, Senate motion carried. Item 7.4 is a motion to approve authorizing the mayor to sign the purchase agreement on behalf of the city of Taylor for the sale of parcel ID number 60-0-40-99-0034-000 with the amount of $3,000 plus closing costs. Proceeds go to the general fund.
Motion?
Support.
Motion by Councilman Johnson, supported by Councilwoman Witten. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Yes?
Yeah, I'd like to know
If
the
we
person.
could, who's got the microphone? Yes, sir. If you can give your name for the records, please.
My name's Dale Gillum. I'd like to know where the parcel is and how big it is and what it's owned. Is that possible?
Mr. Mayor, or do we have somebody, I'm looking over.
I have it here.
Through the chair, it's right off of Party Road almost. There's a house behind the old Big B in the corner, this way. And then there's a lot right there, it runs along the creek there, and it's a homestead, but it can't be built on. So this
So it's
gentleman,
wasted land.
yes, this person butts up against it. He's been maintaining it for years, reached out, so absolutely, it's something that we would normally have to cut, but this individual has taken it upon himself to do that for us, and so this is what we normally go with a lot, that's not something to build on.
How do they decide which city-owned parcels to sell?
Through the chair.
Find that out.
On our website, we have parcels listed all over. So what we usually do is if somebody's interested in a lot in the neighborhood, we'll reach out to those that butt up against it. And if none of them are interested, keep in mind though, if somebody reaches out to us that are interested in a lot and nobody around it, we do keep that in mind as well. So as we were just talking about earlier, we have to cut a lot of vacant parcels in the city of Taylor. So if anybody has a lot next to them, behind them, or attached to them, and they're interested, please reach out to the city community development department, Paula Fisher, and she'll be glad to assist you in any way.
Okay, I was just curious because the house next door to us was supposed to be condemned, and then it was sold under the that together, half